What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream today. And apologies for being late. I was caught in traffic. Aubameyang was just behind me, actually, in his Lamborghini. But listen, better late than never, people. Big up everyone for tuning in. And listen, at least we can have a happy Monday. You know, I think, was it last Monday? I called it Arsenal therapy. You know, we don't need no Arsenal therapy today. We can have a celebration. We can look at what went right, how we kept North London red, and how we had Mourinho squealing in his press conference, you know, which is always entertaining to watch. Big up everyone for tuning in again. Big C out, captain needs to touch bench, but who will replace him? Curtis Aubameyang. Yeah, the only thing is, bro, I'm not driving a silver Lamborghini like him, unfortunately. You know, I was trying to make it realistic, so I thought I'd turn up late on purpose today. Big up everyone for tuning in. Much appreciated. And we're going to look over an excellent victory yesterday. Leicester fans slandering us here as usual. Congrats for getting to 40 points. We're safe. We're staying in the Premier League. We're good people. You know, big up South London's finest. Let's go. But Big C, smash the likes. North London is red. It got me thinking yesterday. I was thinking, you know, with this whole North London is red thing, should we be content with kind of running around saying North London is red? I know it sounds like I'm putting a bit of a downer on a positive situation, but should we not be saying, yo, London is red? Forget North London. You know, we should be saying London is red, fam. Now, I know Chelsea fans, they feel like they can argue that point now. Obviously, they've won the Champions League. They've won a couple of titles in the last few years as well. But I think we've got to have a little bit more ambition than to just say North London is red. You know, I just think we got to say we run the city. You know, not just a portion of a city. You know, listen, that's just what I was thinking anyway. I think we need to aim higher than just saying North London is red. We need to be saying London is red. Do you know what I'm saying? Can't be 2004 FC. I know the Invincible seems like a long time ago. You know, Mustafa says London will always be red. Let's hope so. MO11. Jeez, Mr. Martin Odegaard. What a great performance yesterday. And you know what? You've led me nicely into something that I wanted to look at yesterday. I'm about to do my little Jamie Carragher, Gary Neville section here, people. Let's hope YouTube doesn't sting me and drop an advert in midway through. So here we go. I want to look at this particular goal yesterday, and it was the goal of Martin Odegaard, or Odegaard as they call him. But, you know, now I'm looking at this goal closely here because this goal for me was just fantastic. I love this goal. Why I love this goal so much, people? It looks very simple, but believe me, it's absolute quality what he does here. I want you to look at Tottenham's three defenders here. Obviously over here, you know, Kieran Tierney's rinsed Doherty for about the 20th time in the game. I think Doherty had Reddy-Breck in his boots yesterday because he couldn't run. But what I love about this goal so much, and this for me is what's changed so much about Arsenal from when we played Tottenham last year at the back end of the year, and the difference between Arsenal against Tottenham now. And where I see the difference. The difference for me here is you look at the three Tottenham defenders in the penalty area, Reguilon, Alderweireld and Davinson Sanchez. And you look at Arsenal, you look at the players we've got in the box. Odegaard's going to be the fourth player to go in the box. Smith Rowe's in the box, Lacazette's in the box and Saka's in the box. But because Saka and Lacazette are running towards the goal, they've occupied Alderweireld and Reguilon. And Davinson Sanchez is probably trying to block this space here. So he thinks this ball's going to come into here and he can block it. Because we've got two players attacking the goal, it's forcing the defenders to run towards their goal. So as you can see, Sanchez, Alderweireld, Reguilon, none of them are facing Martin Odegaard. So they can't see what is happening behind them. That's the difference between Arsenal now. Earlier on in the season, you may have had Lacazette or probably Aubameyang in the penalty area, high ball being crossed in, head away, head away. And we did that a few times in the first half yesterday. Put the high cross in and it wasn't working. What I love about this goal, Martin Odegaard here, the position he's in, is what we didn't have at the start of the season, a number 10. It makes the difference. It's the connection between the midfield and the strikers. And you hear coaches talk about between the lines. This is exactly what they mean when they say between the lines. Between the defence and midfield, occupy them little pockets of space. So difficult to pick up because you run away from the midfielders, but you're not far enough up the pitch for the defenders to pick you up. And that's what I love about this goal. Now, Lucas Moura is tracking back, but you can tell he's not really interested. He's just showing face that, look, I've worked hard. The guy who's at fault for this goal for Tottenham is this man here, Højbjerg. He's playing defensive midfield. Ndombele's gone out to deal with Smith Rowe's run. Højbjerg has not tracked Odegaard. He's not even looking at him. He's looking at the ball with Kieran Tierney. Look at Odegaard looking at the situation, the way it's occurring. He can see that Lacazette and Saka are pulling these defenders away. And he just occupies this little bit of space between the lines. Kieran Tierney does fantastic. And as we run it along, just slowly, he's just about to cross the ball here, Tierney. Højbjerg still hasn't looked. He's still not looked at him. He's still looking at the ball. Odegaard has stood still. He's not really moving forward much. He knows that ball's coming to him. There you go. Ball's on the way in. And as it develops, Højbjerg tries to block it at the last minute, but he's too late. And there you go. Odegaard, just probably a yard behind the penalty spot, is whipping it in, pretty much unmarked. He doesn't actually hit the shot that well, to be honest. It's not a great strike from him. Gets a little deflection off Alderweireld, who's in front of the goalkeeper, and deflects into the bottom corner. Lucas don't want nothing to do with this because Lucas is playing number 10 for Tottenham. So he doesn't even want to make this defensive run. If you're a number 10, the last thing you want to do is run back 40 yards and mark someone else as number 10. The man at fault is Højbjerg, and we love it, people, because I've heard Tottenham fans gassing about Højbjerg this season, about how good he is. And yesterday he wasn't great. He couldn't pick him up. And you know, I feel that number 10 has made all the difference for Arsenal in this second part of the season. What do you guys think? MO11 upgraded. I mean, listen, he's got the energy. He's got the energy that Mesut Ozil didn't seem to have towards the end of his time at Arsenal. And that's the thing. Love the BTEC Monday night football. Yeah, Monday afternoon football, man. I ain't got no Scouse accent, though. No Carragher. His price justifies the type of player he is. I mean, listen, how much would Odegaard cost? You know, how much would he cost and would you pay it? You know, I think every game he plays well, unfortunately, Zidane's probably looking at it going, do you know what? Maybe I would have sold him for 25 mil just to get some money in. But the way he's playing, you know what? I might want 40 million for him. And then Arsenal may have a problem on their hands. People saying Agent Doherty, man, you know, he's an Arsenal fan and he played like one yesterday, to be honest. He got absolutely roasted yesterday by Kieran Tierney. He ruined him, absolutely ruined him. I honestly couldn't believe that Jose picked Doherty at right back ahead of Serge Aurier. Serge Aurier has been solid for the last few months for them. He's quicker, more aggressive. I think he would have been more difficult to deal with. But Doherty, short on pace, turns very slow, and Tierney ruined him. Let's have a look at the prices. Mustafa said 37 million for Odegaard, 30 million. Paul says 55 million, 50 million plus now. I mean, the thing is, I mean, Fran, big up Fran. Fran said 60 million. The thing is, they're in debt, Real Madrid, and they need to raise funds this summer. You know, they're going to sell the likes of Ceballos and Odegaard to raise funds. If it was anything around 30, 35 million, I would look to do business. I would look to do business. I think that at 22 years of age, he's now the captain of Norway as well. coming from Real Madrid, 30 to 40 million would be fair, especially if they did a decent payment structure. You know, Arsenal love a payment plan like they did on Nicolas Pepe. I think Arsenal are looking to make this a permanent deal. I think the plan was always to get this deal done permanently in the summer, if possible. But it just depends. If he plays so well between now and the end of the season, how much is he going to end up costing? That kind of, becomes the problem. So in that sense, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Odegaard and Bissouma, 65 million. I mean, 65 million for them two would be absolutely... Listen, I would love that. I think that's a bargain. I mean, Bissouma coming from Brighton will probably cost around 35 mil. Especially due to the season he's having. I think Odegaard will cost at least 30 million, at least. Probably 35 due to the fact that he's only 22 years of age. I would expect him to cost probably around 35 to 40 million, especially with the way he's playing at the moment. Was it a penalty? A lot of people asking that. Definite penalty for me. I don't know what you guys thought. I thought it was definitely a penalty. Definite pen for me. It's clumsy. He's coming in he's probably almost waist height on him with the tackle. Even though Lacazette has a poor shot and the ball goes away from him after he shoots, the ball's going into the North Bank. Look how clumsy the tackle is from him, Such a clumsy challenge. For me, it's a pen. I know a lot of Tottenham fans I'm surprised by how many Tottenham fans I've seen complaining about that. I thought it was a definite penalty. I don't know what you guys thought about it. Davinson Sanchez is out of control. I saw a report on Sky this morning. I think it was, what was the ref called? Mike Riley or someone, an old referee. And he was saying, Davinson Sanchez is out of control. And to me, he looks out of control when he's putting that tackle in. Absolute no-brainer for me. I think it's a definite penalty. I just wanted to look at some tactics here. A few more tactics for me to show you from yesterday and why and how I think we broke Tottenham down yesterday. Here was the team that we played. Oh, mate, I got Lamptey in there. Must be dreaming. Take Lamptey out, put Cedric back. There you go. Cedric back in at right back. This is the team that we played yesterday. There are a lot of question marks about this team yesterday, including myself. One of my question marks was Emile Smith-Rowe playing on the left. A big reason why I wanted a quicker winger on the left was because of Doherty's lack of pace. And I felt like a Pepe or a Martinelli. Obviously, Martinelli wasn't in the squad. I felt like they would have troubled him more. But to be fair to Emile Smith-Rowe, Mikel Arteta, they got it spot on. And I watched a video once with Pep Guardiola. And he spoke about how he changed from having Leroy Sané and Sterling on the wings to Sterling on the left with Mahrez on right. It was Bernardo Silva. And Pep was talking about the importance of playing somebody with the opposite foot on the opposite wing. So a right footer on the left, a left footer on the right. Because what he likes to do, and the reason I'm mentioning Pep is because I think Arteta wants to use that same blueprint. What we did yesterday with Smith-Rowe, he moved into these kind of areas, the corner of the penalty area. What he does then, it allows Tierney to make that kind of run on the outside. And what you do, you isolate the right back and get 2-on-1 situations. You saw on Odegaard's goal how Smith-Rowe pulled on Dembele out the middle of the pitch out to the corner of the penalty area. And on the opposite side, although Saka wasn't great yesterday, obviously he came off, he makes the similar run. He'll go out here, cutting on the left, and you get Cedric outside of him. And this is why I think Arsenal look much better now. You've then got Odegaard, who deals with this sort of area here, makes the late runs into the box. Lacazette does drop a lot, but obviously when Aubameyang plays much more in the penalty area. And then what you do, again, something that Manchester City and Liverpool did a lot last season. You use your two centre midfielders to cover your fullbacks. So I remember Trent Alexander-Arnold saying, now Henderson, when he goes, Henderson would cover. And Xhaka does similar things now. He covers these spaces. Partey will cover them spaces. So when you attack, your whole front four attack with your two fullbacks, so you're getting 6 players forward, and you've still got your 2 centre-backs and 2 CDMs as security. And it is a system that I very much like. And I feel like it is starting to work for Mikel Arteta. Slowly as we work forward. And listen, I can I can see the slander in the comments, people. We will talk about the managers shortly, because I know a lot of people are asking the question, oh, Jose Mourinho, you wanted Mourinho, blah, blah, blah. I will talk about it. Don't worry. I don't hide, people. You know me. I don't hide. But I just wanted to look at the way I felt like tactically we broke them down and how they couldn't compare to the way we played earlier in the season, you know. Sell Lacazette and Aubameyang and buy Haaland. I mean, would Haaland want to come to Arsenal? Let's be honest. You know, I don't think Haaland... I think Haaland will have teams like possibly Real Madrid, Manchester City. With the money, with the Champions League, I think it'll be very difficult for us to get Haaland. We're baking that humble pie for you. Hey, listen, man, I'm happy to eat humble pie, people. What I will say... just calm down, people. Just calm down, you know. I loved it yesterday. Anyone who watched the watch-along yesterday, big up for all the support and the views and the comments. It was a brilliant watch-along. For all the excitement and beating Tottenham, we still have to put things in perspective a little bit, right? We're still 10th in the league. This has still not been a good enough season, despite the fact I can definitely see improvements. And having looked at the way we're playing, what excites me moving forward is just imagine if we're 3 or 4 players better off in that team. I think that's why I put Lamptey at right back, because I was going to put players that we could potentially get next season. But I do feel like we're moving in the right direction. But we've still got a long way to go. But listen, the humble pie, I don't mind, you know. We still have to finish above them or it don't mean nothing. I mean, are we going to finish above them this season? You know, and what does it mean, really? We need to be in Europe next season. This is what I think a lot of people have to understand. We need to be in Europe. We know that Stan Kroenke is not going to open up that wallet this summer, right? He's going to say, there's your little 40, 50 million, and the rest of the money you'll have to earn off player sales. I can almost guarantee it, you know. So it's going to be down to Mikel Arteta to make 2 or 3 significant sales this summer, you know, because if we're not in Europe, that's more money we're going to lose. We've had a whole season of no fans in the stadium. We all know, people, that this chairman doesn't spend cash. You're right. Since December, we have improved. We have definitely improved. But unfortunately, the season doesn't start in December. You know, the season doesn't start in December. The season starts in August. So where we finish at the end of the season will be a reflection of what's happened over the whole season. Curtis, honest thoughts on Lamella's goal. I'll be totally honest, right? That goal is one of the best goals I have seen. Honestly, I can't remember seeing many better goals than that. Like a Rabona, the way he hit it, the way it went into the corner, it nutmegged Partey as well. It went in like a normal shot, like he just hit it with his instep, you know. Unbelievable goal. I think the goal's too good for him. You know what I mean? I would have rather someone better scored the goal than him. But no, it was a fantastic goal. It really was a brilliant goal. I can't hate. Sometimes you have to put your hands up as a fan or whatever and just say, that's ridiculous. Like, I wasn't shouting or anything when that goal went in. I was just like, it's ridiculous. You got to hold your hands up and say, that's a moment of magic, you know? And he's done it before, apparently. But I think that one was even better. I was just glad it wasn't the winning goal. Can you imagine Tottenham fans talking about that today? I mean, Sky replayed that goal about 30 times yesterday. If that was the winning goal, you'd have seen it 100 times by now. Thomas said, do you still want Arteta out? I'm at the point where I would say I'll give him till the end of this season now. I'll give him till the end of the season. Because I don't see a definite answer out there. I don't think you gain anything from sacking him now. I don't think he's in a position right now to be sacked. But a lot for me depends on that Europa League. If we were not to win that Europa League and potentially finish 10th, 9th, 8th, I would say that's been a shocking season. I'm sorry, I will. I know people will say he needs time. And I agree. But you still have to do something. If you get a new job today and 15 months down the line, there's no real significant improvement. Your boss is going to ask questions. Your boss is going to be like, hang on, 15 months? Yeah, I'll give you the first 6 months to settle. And yeah, fair enough, he won the FA Cup, which is brilliant. But we have to see improvement in the league. This football club has two main priorities. Get in the top 4, win the Europa League, get Champions League football. We have to at least be, fighting to the end of the season to get there. We can't be like 10th in the league. Top 4's pretty much gone and we're in March. It was gone in February, January, let's be honest. Probably February. So this Europa League, a lot is riding on that for me, But we'll see. Okay, fair play to you, Curtis. I do believe he can set up the cones right. Yeah, he's good with the cones, to be fair. I haven't pulled the cones out on stream for a couple of months now. So if anything, that's something positive for him to work towards, But hey, we'll see. Do you think we deserve Champions League football? No, I don't think we do. We've been terrible in the league. But listen, the Europa League, we've been all right. So if we won the Europa League, I would say, yeah, we do. We do. We have a chance. Like you're saying here, I do think we've got a chance. We beat Tottenham yesterday. We could beat them over 2 legs. We've got Man United still in there. Well, obviously, Man United could get knocked out to AC Milan. But we've took 4 points off United this year. Obviously, you've got AC Milan, who I looked at. I think they look good, but I think we could beat them. You've got Ajax, Roma, Villarreal. This tournament is winnable. As much as we're looking at some of them other teams and going, wouldn't want to draw them in the next round. I don't think they want to draw Arsenal in the next round, though, either. They don't want to play us, because them teams that I've named, they're not necessarily better than us, Smash a like on the video, people, as always. You copping the new 424 hoodie? I'm not, I'm not. I think it's £100. I'm not doing it. I joked yesterday that I'm in such a good mood. I'm going to buy training kit, but I'm not doing it. Not yet, man. They draw me in too often, especially when we've won a game. They push it hard. I like the way they even put Arteta in the hoodie yesterday just to promote it. We beat Tottenham. Everyone's watching. It makes you want to buy it, but I'm not falling for the trap. It is fantastic. The black and red mixture is brilliant. It does look good, man. It's amazing how the training top is more expensive than the kit. You would have never seen that back in the day. You've bought it, Fran. You've bought it, yeah? First football purchase for 20 years. He's bought the hoodie, £100, man. I believe it's out tomorrow. Yeah, March the 16th. It's out tomorrow. I think you can pre-order it from today, though. Don't buy merch until next season. It's hard, innit? They know they've got us emotionally, man, Arteta should have worn the poncho. Yeah, I see Lacazette turn up to the game in that as well, man. I think that's about £120. But the actual T-shirt, just the training T-shirt, is £85. And the actual kit's about £70. So it's amazing that training kit is more expensive than kit now. I'll buy merch if we win the Europa League. I agree with that. 424 is limited. Well, that's how they've got us. Because initially, my thing was, do you know what? Maybe I'll buy that 424 at the end of the season. I'll wear the T-shirt on holiday. But what they've done, they've made it limited edition. So they're only going to make a little bit of it available. So realistically, if you don't buy it now, you ain't getting it in the summer unless someone buys it and then flips it on eBay or something for double the price. So it's kind of now or never. That's how they've got us. I'm not going to lie. I would love to buy that top, especially maybe the T-shirt, because, I could wear that on holiday and that. But, hey, let me know if you're buying the training kit, people, man. Let me know. Listen, let's have a look at the player ratings. Player ratings, people, how it works. I go through the team. We do the ratings and we see if we can agree somewhere in the middle. You can resell it like Jordan's. Yeah, you could. Anyone with a little business mind, go and buy some training kit and flip it next week. I'm sure you'll make profit on it. That's for certain, because it is banging training kit. I'm not going to lie. Right, we'll start with Leno in goal. Jay Muller's there already. And you know what? I would give him a 6 as well. He basically didn't have nothing to do. He picked the ball out of the net. I don't think he really could do much for the goal. One thing that I liked about Leno yesterday, he was kicking the ball long when he was under pressure. It must have been in the back of his mind that, listen, man, I need to take it easy, man. I can't keep going short and letting these men get caught. You know, so I'll probably go for a 6 for Leno. He was solid. I just like the fact he kicked the ball long. Didn't really have any major saves to make. Gabriel did save him, because if you look at that free kick that Kane hits, Leno is gambling that he's going over the wall, and he goes around the wall, and he's lucky that he hits the post, and then Gabriel saves it, heads it away. So I'll give Leno a 6. I think we can all agree on that. Let's go to Cedric Suarez at right back. I thought he was quite solid yesterday. Had a good little partnership with, Saka and then Pepe. And I thought he kept, Son obviously came off injured and then Lamela came on. I don't think the goal was his fault. I'd probably give Cedric a 7. Some of you saying 7, 6, 8, 7. Suarez is a baller, really good player. He does look tidy. He's technically so much more assured than Hector Bellerin. Solid game. Most of you giving him a 7. I agree. Solid 7. Bellerin, you're done, mate. But listen, let me ask you all one question. How much are you betting that Hector Bellerin starts on Thursday? You can just see it happening. We all know it's going to happen. 7 for Cedric Suarez at right back. Left back. Scottish Roberto Carlos, mate. He had Matt Doherty, stepping in porridge yesterday, bruv. Kieran Tierney, mate, absolutely fantastic. He ruined Doherty yesterday. That ball that he put in to Martin Odegaard, he's put that ball in the last 3 games. He's been robbed of assists. He put that ball into Pepe against Burnley away. Pepe fluffed it. He put that ball in against Olympiacos, and Odegaard fluffed it. So that was 2 assists. This was the 3rd one, and finally he gets the assist that he deserves. And so Kieran Tierney, knee bother, 8 out of 10. Kieran Tierney, captain, 9. Jose thought Aubameyang was starting. Change that whole left side. Kieran Tierney, I'll probably give him an 8. The only reason I give him an 8 is because I don't think he was tested that much defensively. I would have probably given him a 9. He was fantastic going forward. Didn't have to do too much defensively. I'm going to give him an 8. He's a brilliant player. I see a lot of people saying make him captain. Now that Aubameyang is, a bit all over the place at the moment. So we give Kieran Tierney an 8. Let's go to David Luiz. I think David Luiz, right? And I know it's something we don't talk about David Luiz too often. He's quietly handling his business, David Luiz. He hasn't had too many bad games for Arsenal this season, And I think how I can give him a lot of credit is, number one, no one's calling for David Luiz to be dropped, which most of the time we do. And number 2, he's made very few mistakes this season, David Luiz. And I think he's a big leader in the dressing room. I really think he's handling business at Arsenal. I think he's going to get a new contract. I honestly do. I'm not sure how you guys feel about that. I've seen Mikel Arteta talking about it in press conferences. I think he'll end up getting a new contract. What are we saying on David Luiz, people? Solid 7. People saying 8. 8 again. Most of you saying about 7. David, you give him an 8. Solid 7. I would probably give him a 7. So Ryan says 9. You're being very kind there. Alfred with a super chat. He put that ball in yesterday too, and Lacazette dummied it. Who put that ball in? Was it Tierney as well? Yeah, fair enough. Big up Alfred for the super chat. Why Lacazette dummied that, I'll never know. I'll give David Luiz a 7. Luiz has won a trophy every year since he was 20. Apparently, that's mad. Is that true? Is that actually true? David Luiz, he won a trophy every year. Nah, because didn't Emery sign him, and we didn't win a trophy that year. So there's definitely 1 year he didn't win a trophy. But no, David Luiz, man, deserves a lot of credit for the whole season, I got to be honest. Player coach, I think. Could be player coach next season they're talking about. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a new deal. Gabriel, my friend, what a signing. What a signing, Gabriel. Do you genuinely think we are Europa League contenders? I do. They won the FA Cup that year. Oh, you're right. Yeah, we signed him the second season of Unai Emery, not the first full season. You're right. Yeah. So maybe he has won FA Cup every year. Gabriel Magalhães, straight from the favelas of Brazil. The hairline has gone back slightly since he's been at Arsenal. He's been mad stressed. He's got amazing teeth. Have they been done at the dentist? They've got to have been, surely. But yesterday, he pocketed Harry Kane. He pocketed him so much that Harry Kane had to try and elbow him in the face. But the pundits don't want to talk about golden boy of English football, Harry Kane, and elbowing man in the face. They ignore that, innit? They brush that under the carpet. What a performance. What a clearance at the end. He saved us from a 2-2. Tottenham would have nicked a draw. Davinson Sanchez shot cleared off the line. Absolutely brilliant. What a player. I have to admit, people were saying, and me at times as well, we were saying after he came back from being out with that COVID situation, he looked a bit shaky, but he looked so assured. He was aggressive. He was fantastic. As someone said there, he's got Firmino's dentist, that Brazilian dentist for the teeth whitening, man. 9 out of 10 and 10 for the teeth. Spot on. 9 out of 10. And for me, I'm putting it there now. Man of the match. Man of the match for me. I thought he was fantastic. I haven't seen Kane have that quiet a game against Arsenal in a long time. When he empties his pockets later on, Gabriel, when he got back, he would have had his car keys, his wallet, and Harry Kane's dribbly face coming out of his pocket. 22, he's going to be a Brazilian international soon. This guy is the future of Arsenal in defence. Just get that right centre-back partner next to him. Is it William Saliba? Is it Pablo Mari? Is it David Luiz? I still kind of have the feeling that we need to go into the market in the summer for a centre-back. If David Luiz signs again, that's purely as backup. Saliba could be the answer. I would like to see maybe an experienced defender come in as well, but we'll have to see. Like a young Desai, 9 out of 10, man of the match, possible captain as well. Fantastic performance. Mavropanos as well, yeah, could be as well. Dribbly face, that's harsh. He's one of us. Well, yeah, he is a gooner. He is a gooner. To be fair, Harry Kane. But hey, when you're going on like that at Spurs, bro, we ain't got time for it. You pronounce it as Magalhães. Okay, fair enough. Big up, John. Magalhães, Gabriel Magalhães. I love it when people help me with the pronunciations because sometimes, man, we're not great with the pronunciations. But yeah, there you go, Magalhães. Big up, John, with a super chat. I haven't loved such a centre back since Sol Campbell. I'd probably agree with that. I just feel this guy's going to go right to the top. Let's go into midfield. We'll start with Granit Xhaka. I thought Granit Xhaka was solid yesterday. He did get booked. He usually gets booked. For anyone who likes to put a bet on, Granit Xhaka to get booked is a fantastic bet. He always clatters someone, especially towards the end of the game when he's tiring. He'll always take someone out when he can't keep up with them. I thought Granit Xhaka was solid yesterday. I'll probably give him a 7. 2-1 back again, said, nice interview with AFTV, bro. Big up. Yeah, I haven't been on there for a while. Robbie jumped in the stream on here yesterday, so we had to do the interview. We were talking off camera for a little bit as well. Xhaka, some of you saying 7, an 8, a 7, 7, 8. You lot are between 7 and 8. I'll give him a 7. I thought he was solid, kept the ball well, didn't really make any mistakes. And, it was a good game. This is the problem with Granit Xhaka. He has that game, and you go, there's the player that we paid 35 million for. And then you have the Burnley situation the week before, and you're like, that's the reason we haven't made Champions League since you've been in the midfield. That's the problem with Granit Xhaka. It's the concentration, and that's what lets him down. But a 7 yesterday, a solid performance. Thomas Partey, I don't know what to make of him at the moment. It's getting to the point with Thomas Partey, right, where I'm going to be totally honest. Due to the injury, and the up and down performances, you're getting to the point where you're saying he's had a bad season. Not all his fault. It's no one's fault that they're getting injured. I get that. But we can only talk about a handful of games where Thomas Partey's really, really performed. What is the issue? Please be a regular on AFTV. Yeah, man, I'm about, bro. What do you think is the issue with Thomas Partey? Is he not fit? Is he struggling to deal with the speed of the Premier League? Does he not have a good enough midfield around him? You know, you look at what he was around at Atletico Madrid, the likes of Koke, Saul, I think it's... who's the other one, man? Is it Valverde who plays centre mid as well? They had good midfielders. You come in, no disrespect, playing with El Neni, Xhaka, Dani Ceballos, it's going to be difficult. I think Thomas Partey I don't think we'll see the best of him until next season. I think he needs that full pre-season to get the body right, to adjust to the Premier League and have a better midfield next to it. I just hope that this isn't an injury situation, i.e., Diaby, Daniel Sturridge, Jack Wilshere. I hope he's not now becoming an injury-prone player, you know. Curtis, my friend, is an Atletico fan. He watched him yesterday and didn't even recognise him. Bro, I'm telling you, man. I just hope it's a fitness issue and nothing more than that. No, Llorente, I think I said that the other day, didn't I, Valverde? It's Llorente, there you go. Valverde's at Real, right? Pressure on Partey will come good. Yeah, he needs to. He needs to. It reminds me of Diaby or Sturridge. He needs to be 100% to be 100%. Good point. I hope that's not the case, though, you know? I hope that's not the case. 5 out of 10, 6.5. It's the Indomie noodles, man, pulling him down. But no, I think after the first full pre-season, he'll be all right. 5 out of 10. I'm going to be kind and give him a 6. I'm going to give him a 6, but I don't think, you know, it's not often you give Xhaka a higher rating than Thomas Partey, but I give him that. Let's go with our number 10, Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard, I believe you pronounce it actually, but you know me, I just say Odegaard, man. Great performance yesterday. That's what you want to see a number 10 do. When he gets the ball, he just glides, you know. He's got that Mesut Ozil about him, you know. Left foot, that sometimes left footers, I don't know what it is, that they just look a bit more cultured sometimes, you know. On the ball, it looks a little just easier, and it's just like, it looks so easy for him to play football. The positions he picks up, he's one of these players that he just glides around. You don't see him get marked that often. Got in a great position as we broke down the goal earlier. And Odegaard, I just think he's a fantastic player. And I just think he'll only get better. The more he adjusts to the Premier League, the more he announces himself and gets used to the team that he's around, I just think he'll get better and better. I thought he was fantastic yesterday. Højbjerg, who they've been raving about, didn't get near him. Didn't get near him all game, to be honest. 2 goals in a week. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give him a 9. I thought he was fantastic yesterday. You know, he's new to the league. He hadn't played a lot at Madrid. And they couldn't get near him. 2 goals in a week, 2 important goals. He keeps the ball ticking, you know, and I'm going to give him a 9. I think he's a top player. I hope he doesn't actually play himself up to a price that we can't afford. You know, that's the only thing. But I just hope that there's apparently, when we signed him on loan, they were saying there's a gentleman's agreement that we can buy him in the summer, but it hasn't been written into a contract. So you can never guarantee that's going to happen. But I thought it was brilliant. Camp. Great performance, 9 out of 10, man, from Martin Odegaard. Smash a like on the video, people. Over 800 of you in here. Appreciate you tuning in on this fine Monday. No Arsenal therapy today, just Arsenal celebration after a vital victory and a good week. Let's be honest, man. We turned over Olympiacos and then dealt with them lot down the road. What power shift, people. What power shift. Bukayo Saka on the right. I mean, he came off. Apparently had a tight hamstring. I think now he's been overplayed a little bit, Saka. I think the last couple games he's been a little bit quiet. Not poor, but not to the standard that he was at before. I don't think he played as well against Olympiacos or against Burnley. Yesterday, didn't get into the game that much. He then came off at half-time. I'm going to be kind and give him a 6 because we won an important game, but he didn't do much. I think it's time to rest him on Thursday. Leicester fan said he really misses Arsenal therapy. I bet you do. You lot are enjoying yourself. You're flying high, man. Let us recover. A lot of you saying a 5 for Saka. But I'm going to squeeze a 6 there just because we won the game and I'm in a good mood, you know. So I give him a 6. But for me, Olympiacos game, I don't think I would start him. I think Pepe needs to play on that right-hand side on Thursday. Emile Smith-Rowe. Listen, I thought Smith-Rowe was fantastic yesterday. As I said, anyone who watched the watch-along, I was moaning at the start of the game. Why is he playing Smith-Rowe? A number 10 on the left against Doherty. You need pace against him. Why is Pepe not playing? But Smith-Rowe was brilliant. He drifted inside, allowed Tierney to overlap, hit the ball with that long-range shot. And he was good. He was creative. He was inventful. And I thought he was really good yesterday. Put in a great shift. I would give Smith-Rowe an 8 out of 10. I'd give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he was brilliant. My Croydon Don. Yeah, man, listen. No, maybe we leave the Croydon De Bruyne thing out of there for now. But yeah, I think he's been brilliant. Some of you saying 8, some 9. I'll give him the 8. He came off towards the end of the game, looked a little bit tired, but I thought it was a great performance. 8 out of 10. Alexandre Lacazette. Now, it's funny because before the game, I was thinking, okay, this whole Aubameyang situation blew up. And Lacazette played. And I'm watching the game and I'm thinking, I'm not sure Lacazette's playing that well. That one that got laid back to him and he dummied it. I still can't understand why he dummied that ball. I have no idea whatsoever. Why a striker dummies that ball, right? I have no idea. Then after the game, he scores the winning penalty. So I get a bit more hyped up about it and give him a better rating. So I'm going to give Lacazette a 7. Amarendra Babu. There you go. I tried to pronounce it. I always try and pronounce people's names. Bro, watching you with a couple of drinks in a bar with friends. North London is red. Hey, I appreciate your comment, man. North London's always red. You know it is. I'll give him a 7, Lacazette. Put in a good shift. Took the penalty well. Yeah, you're right, man. Ice cold, you know, and I'm sure him and Hugo Lloris probably knows him well from international duty, and I'm sure they've had penalties before. So, you know, it's always difficult taking a penalty against the goalkeeper that probably knows where you like to put penalties. So in that sense, it's an ice cold penalty. You know, sent him the wrong way. Done the business. I mean, the penalty was fantastic. Right in the bottom corner from Lacazette. And he took it well. Now, I'm going to go back to my old Jamie Carragher / Gary Neville section here. I just want to look at this. I want you to all to see this. This was my only problem with Lacazette yesterday. And the only thing I didn't understand. It was a gunman penalty. You're right. You are right. This is the only thing I didn't understand was this dummy. Right. Why did he dummy this? I mean, look at that, people. Look at the position Lacazette's in here. The ball's been laid off to him. That ball is on his left foot. He's, 2 yards outside the 6-yard box. Why is he not swinging his left foot at that? I mean, I'm assuming he thinks he can probably, out the corner of his eye, see Martin Odegaard. Maybe he thinks Odegaard's behind him, or I don't know. And he thinks he's just dummying it for him to hit. But as a striker, why are you not hitting that, bro? I think at the time was 1-0 down when he scored this. I just didn't understand why he didn't hit that. You know, he obviously thought something else was happening around him. But Lacazette, you know, you've got 6 months left on your contract. Well, 18 months, but in 6 months, we've got a decision to make on his contract because I think the club will sell him or give him a new deal. I don't think they'll allow him to go into the final year of his deal. You get in a position like that in a North London derby, you got to hit that, bro. You know, I play up front. I'm not dummying that for no one, bro. I'm hitting that, and then we'll deal with what was happening afterwards. Yo, sorry, bro, didn't know you was behind me. I'm hitting that. Anything can happen, you know? Anything can happen. But yeah, look, Leicester fan saying you can have Edouard. We got Iheanacho. I mean, yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure whether we're really in for Edouard too much. I think Laka as the number 9 helped Arsenal win yesterday. The good thing with Lacazette, he just offers something different, you know. And yeah, we're going to give him a 7 anyway. He made up for it with a penalty. The subs. Elneny came on late with 2 minutes to go, so I give him a standard 5. Willian came on with 12 minutes to go. I give him a standard 5 as well. Nico Pepe came on at half-time, and listen, he went straight on the green screen. Overall, he was quiet, but the pass, people, it gets better when you look at it back on the replay as well. Man splits the whole Tottenham defence in half with that ball. You know, I see all kinds of defenders and midfielders scrambling at that ball. Fantastic ball. That's the reason why I defend Pepe, because he's got that bit of magic about him, what a lot of other players don't have. Not many players in the Arsenal team pick that pass out, in my opinion, but he picks that out quite easily. He came on at half time. I think he had a decent bit of balance. I would have liked to have seen him run at people a little bit more, but sometimes when he comes off the bench, he sulks a little bit. Whereas yesterday, I felt he got on with it. I'm going to give him a 7. Just because I'm happy, people. He didn't do that much, but that pass wins us the game, really. That pass leads to us winning the penalty and wins us the game. So it's vital. It's absolutely vital. So I'm going to big him up. Some of you saying 6, some 7, some 8. I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he was, you know, that ball really made the difference yesterday when Nico Pepe came on. So overall, a fantastic victory, a vital result. I'm going to address quickly the Mourinho situation, because a lot of you were putting in the comments at the start, right? Obviously, I did an interview with Robbie. Robbie came on here for a little bit yesterday, jumping around. You want a Mourinho? I'll speak on it one more time, people, right? Mourinho, for me, stunk out the Emirates yesterday. I thought, when I saw the team sheet, Lucas Moura in the 10, Bale, Son and Kane, I thought, we got problems today. That front four is going to cause damage. But they played so defensive, and I don't understand why he did that. I'm not concerned with him doing that. It helped us. I've always said, and I will always repeat this comment, I have no problem being proved wrong. I hope Mourinho flops at Tottenham and that Mikel Arteta does really well, and I'll eat humble pie. I say 2 things about that situation. Number 1, how Mourinho does at Tottenham is not necessarily a reflection of what he might or might not have done at Arsenal, right? 2 different situations. Sometimes different things happen, right? You can play for 2 different teams and be great at one team and bad at another. And I think at the time when Emery left, I said at the time Mourinho and Ancelotti were the 2 I would have looked at, right? They were the 2 I would have looked at. I think Ancelotti was definitely a viable option. But Don Juan's on to me again. Listen, I still think he's a good manager. I do. I think he's struggling at Tottenham. I don't think Tottenham will work for him, to be honest. But what I tried to say to Robbie was, Robbie's saying Mourinho's finished. He's done. And he's telling me Arteta's brilliant. I say, all right, that's cool. But surely, if you're going to diss Mourinho for what he's doing at Tottenham, how can you then hype up Arteta so much when, in theory, he's having a worse season than him, right? We're below them in the table. They're in the Carabao Cup final. They're still in the FA Cup. And we're both in the Europa League. So, in theory, Mourinho's having a better season. You could say, right, that they've got a better team to work with, so he should be doing more. That's fair enough. But what I'm saying is, you can't say he's finished and he's amazing, but he's below it. That doesn't really make sense, in my opinion. I know Arteta is inexperienced. I understand that. But nobody cares about that. It's like, And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. If you go in a boxing ring and you've had 10 fights and he's had 100, you're still in the ring. You've still got to win the fight. If you get knocked out, people don't say, oh, well, he's only had 10 fights. You've stepped up to the plate. Mourinho, Arteta, Pep, Klopp, this is who you've got to work around these guys now. You can't keep saying, well, he's managed more than me. We knew what was happening when you took the job. You have to step up to the plate. This is a massive football club. I keep saying this. No disrespect. If we were, a team in the lower half of the Premier League, Arteta would, he could have that time without the pressure. Mikel Arteta has to be under pressure because the pressure comes from the size of the football club. I will hype up Mikel Arteta when I see the facts, i.e. you have produced something for me to hype you up about. What I don't like is when people hype him up for things that I can't get my head around. We beat Tottenham yesterday. Great result. Mikel Arteta deserves credit. The style of football and the way we set up, I don't think Tottenham dealt with it. Give him the credit he deserves. That's cool all day long. But I'm still not at a point where I'm ready to say this guy's a massive manager. You're right. Yeah, I forgot Tottenham lost, didn't they, to Everton? They are at the FA Cup. But I'm not at the point to say this guy's a massive manager. I always say to people, and this is what I was saying to Robbie off camera. I said, listen, it's fine that you really like Mikel Arteta. There's no problem with that. There's no problem with the fact you're a massive fan of Arteta. But if you're going to hype about him, judge him off the facts. The reason I've been so critical of Mikel Arteta is not because I've got an agenda against him. It's because of the facts. The facts are we're 10th. The facts are we were 15th at one point. And I think that's nowhere near good enough for Arsenal and shouldn't be accepted. When people are hyping him up, I feel like they're not hyping him up off facts. It's more off fiction. People are saying, oh, given time, he's going to be amazing. That's a theory. It's not a fact. We're hoping given time he gets better. That's not a fact. People saying he's beaten all 6 top managers. I mean, listen, that's a great stat to have. But it doesn't necessarily make you a top manager either. There's a lot of mid-table managers that have beaten a lot of these teams as well. I remember Wolves beating City and Palace beating City and things like that. So listen, all I'm saying is balance, people. Like anything in life, don't overhype him, don't over-criticize him. Meet in the middle. I agree there are positive signs. There are. And I said that in my interview yesterday with Robbie. Since Christmas, we have looked better. Right? We have looked better. But unfortunately, the season is not from December till the end of the season. It's from, August till the end of the season. So listen, I respect the fact that a lot of people really like Mikel Arteta. I think it's because he's a former player, former captain, and I think people really want him to do well. I want him to do well because I want stability at the football club. This football club, if they sack Arteta, they will go down a dark road because I don't trust them to go and sack Arteta, bring a big manager in, give him money to rebuild. I think it would get even worse, actually, if that happened now. So, listen, there's my take on both managers. Yeah, you're right. I did want Mourinho. For me, at the time, when Emery left, to look at a manager that had won 25 major trophies at the time, albeit I still believe he is not the manager he was a few years ago, I still believed at the time that he was a viable option, and I don't see why he wasn't, for a lot of people who say, oh, I don't think he was. I think Ancelotti as well. I said Ancelotti, and I think Ancelotti is still a very good manager. But listen, we are where we are. Arteta, onwards and upwards. Go and win that Europa League and everything, Hey. Now that is slander. I never wanted Ollie. I don't think anyone wants Ollie. I wouldn't have Ollie as manager of VFC, mate. Never mind Arsenal Football Club. Forget that. Are you not excited about next year? It depends, man. It depends because you can't guarantee this board are going to back him. You just can't, unfortunately. If we had a great board and owner, I'd be excited. With these owners, no, I can't say I'm excited because, number one, will we even be in Europe? And number two, how much money will we get in the summer? if he's given money, if we're in Europe, then yeah, I'll be excited. Did you see Jermaine Genius on Match of the Day? Too much salt. Listen, people, I went to school. As you know, I'm a Nottingham boy. I went to school with Jermaine Genius' cousin. I've met Jermaine Genius many times. He's a Nottingham boy as well. And he is one of the saltiest, most sour pundits you will ever see on television. Like, I'm sorry, like, he might as well come on Match of the Day in a Tottenham kit with shin pads on and boots. He might as well. Like, surely as a pundit, I understand you're an ex-player, so you've got allegiances to a certain club. But, Bredgen, come on, keep it a little open-minded that you're working for a TV company and, you know, there are fans of other clubs watching this. He might as well come on with a Harry Kane, you know, print a Tottenham shirt. He's that biased, you know. He's that man is so sour. What was he trying to say? That Davinson Sanchez wasn't a penalty, and he was making every excuse in the book, man. It's crazy that in England, you pay a TV license fee to watch the BBC, and we have to watch Jermaine Genius acting like that. You want people to pay TV license fee to watch salty Jermaine Genius on a Sunday night? Come on. Yeah, and there's rumours that he's taken over from Gary Lineker when Lineker goes as well. So listen, I said the word you're looking for is prick. Look at Sarfute, man. Sarfute. Listen, I'm not going to slander him too much, but hey, man, the man's moving mad salty, bruv. You know? But listen, forget Genius. He's sour, man. Genius sitting there next to Keown. Keown's got big trophies in the cabinet, you know? I don't know what Jermaine Genius has got in his cabinet, you know? Curtis Shaw needs to be appointed by Sky Sports. Hey, we're here, people. We're here. We're here. We keep it moving here. Let's have a look at one final thing before I get out of here. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. This story now. Now, obviously, as you all probably heard, Aubameyang turned up late for the game yesterday and was left out. He didn't come on during the whole game. Now, it seems that this situation is not as cleared up as we was all kind of hoping it was, you know. It's now looking like there's more to it than we originally thought. Let me come back to that. Why is this about 10 adverts on there? Let me go back to that. Right, here we go. I've got it on now, I believe. So what they're now saying is that Aubameyang was the first player to leave the ground yesterday. Apparently, Aubameyang left the ground while other players were doing a cool down after the game. Aubameyang left, and he's set to be fined by the club later today, apparently. Right, let me get that back on. Apologies for that. Too many adverts on there. Yeah, so Aubameyang, apparently the protocol at Arsenal is if you don't play or you play less than 20 minutes, you do a running session after the game. You do a running session. And Aubameyang didn't do the running session after the game. Now, I don't want to say that he did this against the will of Arsenal. Maybe Mikel Arteta said, you know what, just get yourself off home, you know. But would he have done that? He's already disciplined him. He's already angry with him. Is Arteta going to turn around and say, oh, go on, mate, get yourself home? I'm not sure he would have. So now this rumour is Aubameyang reportedly chose not to warm down with the fellow unused substitutes. Now, I'm not going to lie, people. I'm not going to lie. Alarm bells are starting to ring for me because Mikel Arteta was saying that they've drawn a line under this, that the situation had been dealt with. There was nothing more to worry about, and that this whole situation was done. But now I'm starting to worry that there's more to it than initially has come out. You know, is it now turning into a major problem and Aubameyang and Mikel Arteta have got issues? You know, I don't want this to spiral out of control because let's be honest, Lacazette is not the striker for me to carry this team on a regular basis. You know, I still want Aubameyang to be the main man. And I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Aubameyang. I tried to defend him yesterday, but in theory, Aubameyang's in the wrong. he's badly in the wrong as well, man. You can't be turning up late on a match day at this level, at this kind of level of football. So, yeah, very disappointed with Aubameyang for that. Turning up late on a North London derby day. You're the captain as well. You're driving all these big Lambos, gold Lambos and silver Lambos, and now you're turning up late. And apparently this has happened more than once, so it's very difficult to defend him in that situation if it's happened more than once, You're the skipper, man. You're the leader. The players are looking up to you. So Mikel Arteta said they've drawn a line under it, but I get the impression this is going to carry on, and that's my worry. Just finally, just wanted to show you this. Apologies, some people saying the camera was freezing there. This is Aubameyang at Dortmund, and I hate to do this to him. I don't want to make a bigger deal out of it than it is. But listen, we can't hide from the facts, people. We can't hide from the facts. Aubameyang was suspended by Borussia Dortmund shortly before leaving to join Arsenal. Now, one of the people the sporting director said, we held very intense talks with him today and ultimately suspended him. Obviously, also monetary sanctions will ensue. Tomorrow, the coach will welcome him back to training. Aubameyang was also temporarily suspended in November, with Zorc revealing that punctuality problems had led to the action. Bild reported that the striker had been repeatedly late for training, including turning up 20 minutes late for final preparations ahead of the trip to Stuttgart. The striker was also suspended in November 2016 when he missed a 1-0 win over Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League for an unapproved trip to Milan against the coach Thomas Tuchel's wishes. So this is not a one-off, Why is he doing this? Has he got at Dortmund? I felt like, okay, he's doing this because he wants out. He wanted the move to Arsenal. It was like, okay, we know why he's doing this, but why is he doing it at Arsenal? Why is he turning up late on a regular basis? You've got to move better than that, man. He's a skipper, So, listen, I just hope it doesn't turn into a bigger situation than it is, and a lot will come down to if he plays on Thursday. If he plays. For me, Mikel Arteta can calm this situation down now by starting him on Thursday. Hopefully Aubameyang scores, get the smile on his face, and we keep it moving. But Aubameyang has to fix up. Like I said, 2016, 2018 at Dortmund, and now he's doing it at Arsenal. And apparently it's happened more than once. You can't feed into the stereotypes, man. People say it to me when I turn up late. He's on Jamaican time, man. There's a stereotype, a stigma around the culture that black people at times are too relaxed, turn up late. When you're at the top end of football, playing for Arsenal in the Premier League, you can't do that, bro. Courtesy must be on your time. Well, yeah, the sanctions are not as harsh, But listen, Aubameyang's all right. And like you said here, Thomas, look what Granit Xhaka did. I'm sure we can, I'm sure if he did that, Aubameyang can, recover from this. But I would have liked to have seen Aubameyang talk. I would have liked him to have done an interview or said some words on social media and hold your hands up a little bit. I actually was defending him before the game because I didn't know the full story. But having read the full story, I'm backing Arteta on this one. I think Aubameyang is in the wrong, man. And Arteta's got to show people that I'm in charge, A player's not going to run the dressing room ahead of the manager. So there we go. Aubameyang. Let's hope he's on time on Thursday, man. Leave early in the gold Lambo, man. And as I said, I do back Arteta for dropping him, although it was very risky. If we'd have lost the game, a lot of people would have been saying, how come you didn't play him? You should have looked past it, or you should have brought him on early. A lot of people were saying in the ratings, what do you give Mikel Arteta? I will give Mikel Arteta 8 out of 10 for yesterday. So there we go. That's probably the highest rating I've given Arteta this season in the player ratings. I wasn't sure about his team, Lacazette, but obviously I found out the full story of Aubameyang, so I support that. And also playing Smith Rowe on the left, but it actually worked. I'm going to give him credit, man. I'll give him 8 out of 10 for yesterday. I think that's a good one. Do you know what? I'm in a good mood. I'll give him 9 out of 10. Why not? Big up Mikel Arteta. 10 out of 10 for me is like the perfect tactical performance. You know, was it all perfect with the subs all spot on? I mean, yeah, he brought Pepe on at half-time. It was an injury. He brought Willian on. Obviously, Martinelli was out yesterday for family reasons, apparently. So he couldn't involve him for that. What should I go? Did I go 8? I'm going to give him a 9. I'm going to give him a 9. He had Mourinho rattled. It was the North London derby. We haven't beaten Mourinho for a long time. And he had Mourinho squealing in the interview after the game as well, blaming refs and everything, man. So a good day all round for Arsenal. Big up everyone for tuning in. Thank you very much as usual for all your fantastic support. Make sure you smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Looking ahead to the week, I'll have a watch-along on Wednesday. That'll be the next watch-along. Chelsea against Atletico Madrid. And obviously Thursday, we've got Arsenal, 5 to 6 kickoff UK time. I'll be doing a lot of build-up to that. I may even stream the AC Milan Man United game after the Arsenal game, as long as Arsenal have won. Otherwise, I'll be in such a bad mood. But I'm sure I'll be all right there. And obviously, we got West Ham on Sunday. I'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. I might get a guest on tomorrow, and we'll break down Arsenal. And a good week for Arsenal. Big up everyone for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll be back tomorrow, people. Bless.